I don't mind very short clips, but no, not continuous. And now some of you are videoing. I don't mind very short clips, but no, not continuous.
And welcome. So we're with our experts. Firstly, our authentic historian, here to check all the facts. Please welcome.
London tour. My name is Zari Barrett, and we will be walking around and visiting the special areas where tragedy occurred in March. So let's carry on. Alright. The first church on this site was built by Franciscan friars, Grey Friars, in the 13th century, after the dissolution of the monasteries in the 16th century. The church was renamed Christ Church, destroyed in the Great Fire of 1666. The church was rebuilt by Christopher Wren. Unfortunately, it was then left in ruins by bombing in World War II. Today, only the steeple remains. There is a rose garden among the ruins. All seems tranquil and peaceful, but beware, as many restless ghosts are said to frequent this churchyard. The most infamous ghosts to have been seen haunting this area are said to be those of two beautiful murderesses who are buried here at Greyfriars. The first of these was Queen Isabella, known as the She-Wolf of France, who had her husband King Edward II murdered. A kind of horn or funnel was thrust into his fundament, through which a red-hot spit was run up his bowels. Isabella's son, King Edward III, imprisoned her and kept her in solitary confinement until her death in 1384. She is buried with the heart of her husband, according to her own instructions placed on her breast, with those just been seen in the churchyard holding the meat apart. The other ghost is said to be of Lady Alice Hungerford, who was executed in 1523 for murdering her husband. Reports from Victorian times tell how the two ghosts once came face to face in the graveyard. Apparently jealous of each other, the ghosts then had a fierce fight, which terrified witnesses. Another ghost to haunt Greyfriars is said to be that of Elizabeth Barton, the nun or holy maid, as she was known as a domestic servant, who, as a teenager, began to fall into trances during which she would have prophetic visions. Although she became famous for her holiness, she was executed in 1534 after she protested against King Henry VIII's proposed divorce of his first wife so that he could marry Anne Boleyn. Various cycles of monk-like figures and small dogs have also been recorded at the churchyard. Gunpowder blocks were hung, drawn and quartered here. The heads quartered is like this. The heads were then put on spikes. After the fire of London 1666, it became one of the main centres of London's book trade. Most of Shakespeare's works to be published in his lifetime were issued from here.
This pub belongs to the Erie Pub Company chain of all theme pubs. A bell, a book and a candle are the three items which are needed for exorcism.
Thank you.
An exorcism to drive out evil spirits from a possessed person or place. The pub claims it sits upon ancient Roman ruins that over the years this site has housed a sanitarium, a church, a workhouse and a debtor's prison. The pub's gruesome links with suffering and brutality, combined with its spookily designed interior and graveyard gardens, make it an ideal place to stop for a drink on this wall.
At the far side of the courtyard, there is an ancient brick wall. Behind this wall is part of a narrow passageway which once belonged to the infamous Newgate prison. It's called Deadman's Rock. anniversary, was murdered and eaten by the inmates. After his murder, the terrifying apparition with ravenous, hungry jaws appeared to the murderers, hunting them down and knifing them in the face. Or, the gentleman sound of the heavy, dragging footsteps, reminiscent of condemned prisoners walking to their deaths. Keep watching closely, but you may also catch a glimpse of the ghost of Jack. On the way to the execution in 1896, she told the chief warder that she would meet him again someday. A year later, one evening, one of us qualified to see an apparition of her face staring at him. The vision disappeared, leaving only a handkerchief lying on the flagstones of Dead Man's Wharf. Yeah, it's where Dickens was, but that's less hot, so...